reverse the tomography in the next 30 seconds. Barnaby won't stand a chance.
Opening a show with a fake movie just like the studio did, which is another great showbiz-related show. I actually felt a lot of similar vibes between that one and Wonder Man. This ends up meaning a lot throughout the rest of the season since it's one of the only times we see young Simon smile. You also see what inspired him to hit the same move when he saved Trevor in the finale.
The Umbrella people believe if a soul fails to turn right after death, it winds up in a dark and treacherous place.
Dane Larson makes for a damn good classic version of Wonder Man too.
Please, just walk away.
This is the first of many times we hear that monologue, but also a clever transition that tells Simon what everyone else is thinking. Walk away from acting. It might seem like overkill, but taking notes like this does genuinely help a lot of actors, not because they're constantly thinking about it during a take, but since writing the notes down kind of burns that perspective in their subconscious, and those subtle things end up coming through in their performance.
Okay, who last set eyes on it?
Grounding us in the MCU with the Rogers the Musical poster showing up while he's headed to the set of a show we know in real life, American Horror Story.
Ashley, I'm a big fan. Yeah, loved you in the Twilight series.
Thank you.
That's where I recognized her from.
Any questions?
Yeah. Should I switch to that hello table?
Right now it's sounding pretty good.
Just one thing.
Love this little moment where she asks for input, then Ashley waves it off, but Simon takes it as an invitation to give way too much input.
I was thinking we'd go pretty far back, like maybe we were best friends, but we had a little falling out when she got tenure before me.
Sure.
Notes like these are honestly good questions for actors to have, but like all good things, you need them in moderation, because film sets, especially TV sets, gotta move real fast.
Should we check with a writer? Just to be safe.
I got so much respect for this director's patience. You would think she'd just tell him off, but if there's anything you learned from Wonder Man in the studio, reputations are everything. A lot of the time more than skill.
They're gonna put me in the movies.
Must have needle drop for a show with a working actor in it. Fallout proved that.
It's a little late to start caring about this relationship.
Classic case of not knowing what you had until it's gone.
I'd never talked during the actual film. Don't fret.
Honestly, when I saw Trev in the trailer, I was a little iffy. I thought his whole thing was kind of played out in Shang-Chi, and I thought we were just getting that again, but man, was I wrong. I actually love Trevor now.
First of all, I always dug your performance as the man.
Separating the art from the artist? The artist from the terrorism? Either way, respecting the artist's skills.
Never tire of rewatching that one. It's authentic. Moving. Really captures being an outsider on the fringe.
You can tell how much not only these characters love movies, but how much the writers love them too.
Finding inspiration in another movie is not a crime.
Zlatko Buric really blew me away in this show, especially coming off of seeing him in Superman. He speaks in a really slow and delicate way where you can tell he makes every word count. And Von Kovac becomes a character you respect, even though he's not a director in real life, obviously.
Superheroes are part of our lives now, so what we will find when we look at Wonder Man today, what can he teach us about ourselves?
One of the coolest things about this show being the MCU is that now in this world, art imitates real life.
There's a lot of talented people out here who are not pains in the ass, do you feel me?
Kind of one of Simon's big lessons that being a good actor doesn't make up for being an asshole of a person. Another reason people find him selfish is because he forgets about the work that the crew does and focuses too much on the actors. You saw that on set with American Horror Story, and after watching Midnight Cowboy in the theater, Trevor comments on how good the film is, and Simon focuses on a story about the lead actor.
Can he still make it in? I can put him on the list.
Oh my God, girl, you are an angel. I'm gonna call him right now, okay?
I love Yaya. God, I love how this show is shot, directed, and framed. And you're telling me this director and cinematographer duo is doing Spider-Man Brand New Day? Makes me 10 times more excited for that movie.
Where have I seen him before?
Pretty sure he used to be a terrorist.
The smile immediately fading.
No, that's not my process.
Bloody process can go blow a spider.
Is that a Spider-Man reference? I see you, Destin Daniel Cretton. Plug that movie. I mean, weird way to reference him, but you do you.
No one else ever gave a damn. No one. It's too late for me. But you can still walk away.
Cool thing about the way the show is done is that he becomes Wonder Man the character in the first episode and becomes Wonder Man the hero in the finale.
He used to have me whipping with the belt across his bare ass every night before curtain up, and that was before we were friends. Then things got weird.
Nice to see an MCU show fully committing to being a well-done comedy with a lot of heart instead of trying to be everything at once.
The real work isn't digging for subtext or parsing a writer's intent. The real work is living.
Screw it, I'm giving Ben Kingsley 5 wins. He just genuinely becomes Trevor Slattery and makes him feel like a completely different human being than Kingsley, and plays Trevor being a good actor in a different way than Kingsley just playing a good actor. Didn't make much sense, it's hard to put into words, but you feel it. I got a bone to pick with Joel P. West for writing such an interesting score and not releasing the soundtrack on music services. Absolutely criminal. Wait, it's out now, never mind.
My first audience was my dear old Mum Dorothy. I had to keep her spirits up.
Great example of good exposition, where it feels very in character for Trevor to just tell all this to the person sitting next to him on a plane. And it also comes back later in a really cool way. Aside from that, I just love that we get a look at Trevor's past.
That's wonderful. Your mother would be so happy for you.
What a cutoff. Even funnier when you realize that the line, "your mother would have been so happy for you," comes right before he gets arrested for playing a literal terrorist, which I'm not sure his mom would have been proud of.
Kuwait was attacked. I did that.
You know what? I'm gonna say it. Iron Man 3 was damn good, and I'm tired of pretending like it's not.
It feels like the one, like it was made for me, you know what I mean?
Damn, the boulder shoulders? Yaya's workout routine.
Oh, me.
She said something about you showing promise, maybe.
I knew it.
Yeah, but she's also realistic, like me. She's putting you up for an opportunity that you actually have a real shot at.
I love the blocking of this phone call, where Simon's going back and forth aimlessly the way anyone would when they're excited about something.
Who says what? That I don't judge. That was bad.
Immaculate foresight. But also, this is the reality of self-taping when you don't have any friends. Also, Yaya just moves so differently as Simon than he did as Cal in Watchmen or Manta in Aquaman. He's overall more expressive with his body, since that's kind of what you're taught to do as an actor, and of course that movement bleeds into his movement as a human being. Oof, that's how you know he lost a good one. Even if it was on him, instinctively throwing your phone at seeing yourself happy makes that pretty clear.
Just say, see you in 20.
I would never text a sentence fragment.
Says a lot about Trevor that he commits to what he thinks is best instead of following direct instructions from the guy threatening to arrest him. Trevor knows that Trevor knows best.
How far that little candle throws his beams, so shines a good deed in a naughty world.
Quoting a line about how the smallest acts of good can still have a big impact even in a world as dark as ours.
Because almost everything these days is a self-tape.
It's tragic how the industry's changed.
Sure, but it's nice that it means you aren't basically required to move to LA to get auditions, so while it opens the door for much more competition, it also makes it much more accessible.
Would you like to charge it to your room?
Oh, sorry, is that me?
Yes, Marcy, indeed it is.
He's so polite when he's angry, I love it. I gotta learn to be more supportive when I'm annoyed as all hell.
You and Glenda Jackson free a couple sea turtles from the London Zoo, but you really free yourselves along the way.
No, yeah? How am I just realizing that now?
I like that Trev still does end up learning something about acting from Simon, how Trevor doesn't quite think as much about the character he's playing. They kind of balance each other out in that way.
Good at hiding.
He stopped. All right, let's set up.
Rookie mistake. Always set up before you get the opportunity to shoot, because there's always going to be something. Always. Hope you enjoyed this not too terrible tip from TVWins.
Trevor Slattery.
Another real actor playing themselves in the show, which is a huge deal because, like in the studio, they got to make sure to cast people who are okay with poking fun at themselves or potentially making general audiences think that this is how they are in real life.
Acting. It's just a job. I mean, yeah, it's a great way to make a buck. Oh, I envy you. To finally be done with it all.
Actually, he's not done with acting.
Really?
He just had a huge audition for a lead role in a Von Kovac movie.
The way Trev puffs out his chest and everything, and yeah, I'm sure any actor, any creative in the industry would tell you that if you just want a quick buck and you chose film and TV, you're probably screwed.
Don't pretend to be happy for him, Joe Pantoliano.
The way Simon still says his full name.
Even that dumb baby couldn't make you funny.
This little look. Am I done destroying my career a little? Yeah, I am.
All this time I've been assuming the line, maybe I'm just good at hiding it, was like a gentle rebuff, telling the kid to watch himself. I'm wondering if the waiter's actually feeling some type of connection. Like, maybe it's an invitation. Maybe I'm just good at hiding it.
Coolest, but also scariest part about acting, directing, writing, photography, sound, literally anything creative, there's so many variables, so many possible outcomes, and the hard part is making sure you choose the right one.
Yo, Trev, you like pepperoni?
Yeah? Pepperoni?
No doubt.
Such an interesting way to play this scene. No I can explain moment or anything like that.
But you should be more careful when using the stove on your own.
What's the stove?
right?
I love the air of mystery around how he actually got his powers. There aren't any Baron Zemo shenanigans like in the comics. Fitting for the show since it doesn't really care about the powers themselves, more so how the powers affect Simon's passion and personal life.
They say be careful because humans can be mean, but I'm still going out for the football team.
Simon's got versatility.
This feels like we might be crossing a line.
Well, if you don't, you're going back to prison.
Wait, that wasn't the deal.
Well, it is now.
Ooh, actually motivating Cleary's actions. He's not changing the rules just to be an asshole. It's because he doesn't want to get fired and his boss was pressuring them the same morning.
Let's keep that between us.
As Belinda Carlisle famously sang, our lips are sealed.
Quoting a song and then that same song playing directly afterwards is what I live for. This look says 1,000 words, summing up why Simon doesn't love this place, mostly because of his brother's judgment, but also the underlying judgment from neighbors who don't like Simon because he's rude, which he honestly is sometimes, yeah.
And I love your fashion style.
I didn't even notice that. Trevor's got style.
You'll never believe the transformation.
You never saw it before, mommy.
You'll be able to tell.
This episode's cool in the way we're actually more in Trevor's perspective as opposed to us primarily seeing the world from Simon's point of view the past couple episodes.
Everyone in church is so excited. You're gonna be on YouTube.
Anything streaming is on YouTube.
It's a fun little quirk the parents got. I also just love Simon's mom.
It was before the fire.
Oh, there was a fire.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Oh, what happened?
Why do you want to know?
Oh, just making conversation.
Oh, it's not much of a story.
Certainly sounds like one. The kitchen, the fire, it's packed with drama already.
Agent Cleary picked wisely. Trevor's got the charisma to ask questions like this and come at it from an angle that sounds totally normal because it's him. Simon wanted to get some good news he can talk about before a family function since he knows Eric is going to give him crap about literally anything that's not super tangible, even if Eric doesn't really understand what tangible would be in the industry.
I have never much liked him, to be honest. His brother is weak. He's the nice one, so helpful.
I wasn't asking for your preference, Esther, just some Simon stories, bloody hell.
Oh?
Oh.
The Esther effect.
Was he, shaken up after the kitchen fire?
We didn't talk much.
But you carpooled every day?
Yeah. It's also like...
I love seeing Trevor unable to wrap his head around the fact that some people just aren't that social.
Just last week I had, 3 auditions and an acting class.
Is that a lot for a week?
That's a full week.
It's a full week.
Now you kind of get why Simon's an asshole sometimes and he lets any win get to his head. This right here is his support system.
This chicken tastes like it was born to be in the sauce.
Inside jokes in small families are always so much fun to see, not to mention another one of the few times that Simon smiles around his family, and of course it's when he's remembering his dad.
I'm now an SVP and the manager of a team of 6.
Oh, chérie.
It sucks because you can tell Simon wants to be happy for him, but he knows that a win for his brother means another lecture for him.
A second interview for a job you still might not get.
It's quite a bit more than that. In fact, for a job of this scale, a callback alone is a huge accomplishment.
See, this is kind of the annoying part since it's not a normal job. Most people don't get how big of a step it would be to work on a school film, to a bigger indie film, to a real studio short, to a one-off role in a network show, to a bigger show, and so on and so on.
When Simon was little, he fell off his bike.
Oh.
I took him through to the kitchen, I cleaned him up, and he demanded I kiss his knee.
Demanding little chap?
Still is. After I kissed it, as I was putting on the Band-Aid, he looked up and said something he's never said again. Thank you for loving me, Mommy.
Ooh, that one almost brought me to tears. And you can see it hit Trevor immediately, too.
I thought, okay, he has his acting, all those movie posters on the wall. Maybe he doesn't feel alone, but he was.
Proof that pure passion doesn't make up for a lack of relationships.
All he thinks about is himself. He spends his entire life goofing off and somehow getting encouragement by you.
There is a hint of truth to what Eric's saying, too. Not the goofing off, but Simon leaves his ego unchecked like he did with Horror Story, and he does tend to think too much about himself, which is why he was broken up with.
No one's ever seen that side of me before.
We don't have to talk about it.
I don't know where it all came from.
Trev's trying to be nice, but also really doesn't want to give the DODC the upper hand since he's got a wire, and I gotta win any effort to protect your new friend.
What are you talking about?
Because of DeMar Doorman Davis.
Sorry, who's DeMar Doorman Davis?
Just wait till next episode.
Maybe it's time for me to admit that it's never gonna be me.
Another thing that kills me is when people try to smile while voicing how hopeless they feel in an effort to stay optimistic. It just breaks you.
We both got callbacks to Wonder Man.
I love this reaction where he's kind of feeling everything all at once. No way, to thank God, to crap, I gotta lock in.
Radioactive, most important song of the last 3 years, easy.
Nice way to hint at the timeline. So this is around 2012 to 2015, I'm guessing. Also, I love how he calls radioactive important, like it impacted the world in a genuinely meaningful way. I'm sorry, I spent middle school loving Imagine Dragons. I gotta hate him now.
I was an actor or a model, and, you know, working here is just a stepping stone.
That ain't me. I like this gig. It's fun. Tips are good. Get to talk to people. Be myself. That's all I really need.
This is the key reason the story serves two purposes. Explain the doorman clause, but it also has its own role as a cautionary tale about acting and what fame can do to you, could do to Simon.
We're melting! Melting
This track unironically goes really hard after the Josh Gad verse. I'm sorry, Olaf. Also, very poor choice of words. We're melting, and then he starts the fire.
I think he said he wants us inside him. Pass.
I'll put you on the payroll. Look, Mr. J-Gad, I appreciate it, but I'm fine here. Got a good boss. Starting salary is $200K plus benefits. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah.
Turning point in Damar's story where he chooses money over his happiness. I mean, he clearly stated that he was already happy.
Ding dong.
Little did he know the ripple effect that would have.
There is a reason that you are making headlines. You have something that other people just don't. It's a charisma. On top of all of that, you can become a door.
Another reason I feel like this episode was a great addition is because it shows the superhero fatigue thing at its finest, where the superpowers are at the forefront and the character behind it comes second, like here with Doorman. And it makes it really clear what the show is trying not to be.
You look great, kid.
Thank you.
I heard you got a movie out.
Ding dong.
He just doesn't stop. He replaces normal responses with ding dong, and it's the funniest way to show how Doorman is consuming Damar's life.
Doorman still makes me smile. Thank you.
Probably the saddest part, the fame got to his head a bit, but he's still just trying to be a fun, likable guy at the end of the day, just like he was at his old job.
Whoa. Sure you don't want to slow down there, pal?
I mean, I don't see what the issue is. It practically all goes through him, right? Get it? Because his body's like a portal and everything, so through him, like, ding dong?
Things are getting pretty tight. Behind on car payments and a few other things.
You gotta be more careful with your money. You know how this business works. You can't count on the next paycheck until it's in your hands.
You've never said that.
I'm saying it now.
Honestly, smart advice coming from a slimy little agent who basically lives off of stuff like this.
Hey, Doorknobs.
Doorknobs is actually a much smarter name for his fan base than I would have expected.
And that I, too, was misled by Food America Product Incorporated.
And these comments are filled with some fun ones. Doors slamming in your career. There's the door. Okay, they're nothing crazy, but I respect the effort. I knew they wouldn't go full body horror, but man was I convinced that they might.
It will be nearly impossible for superpowered individuals to perform in major motion picture.
So honestly, I didn't think this episode was technically necessary, but I like that it explains the doorman clause and warns you why fame isn't always good, and shows how doing the same thing over and over will get stale eventually, so you have to find new ways to breathe life into an idea, the way this show did for the MCU. I wanted to say Wonder Man surprised me, but it didn't. From the first teaser, I knew this show would be different, well-made, and such a good change of pace for the MCU. And I think it's what Marvel needs. What do you guys think of the first half of Wonder Man? Let me know in the comments. Thank you patrons and channel members for the support, and thanks to every one of you for watching. As always, you guys are an absolute win, and I'll see you soon.